Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Karen Bartle here. I don't know if you can see me just yet. I'm just double checking we are live. We are live. Yes, we are live. Hey, welcome. I hope you've had a good day so far. And if you're just starting your day, if you're in the UK, for example, and just starting your day, well, good morning. Nice to see you. Well, this is a show that I do as part of Cherry Hive, Blossoming Confidence for Business Women. And that group is about a lot of things. It's about tools, tips, techniques, technology, and most of all, talent. We have some really wonderful women in the group and really wonderful people who contribute in providing some great content. What I mean by that is it's people who have inspirational journeys in terms of where they've come from and where they've arrived at. It's also about providing inspiration in terms of the kind of things and the tools and techniques that they use to work with other women, to inspire and encourage other women to, support other women to be their best, whether that's in life or business, to increase their wealth and health and that kind of thing. So that's what this show is about. This show is fun. It's interesting. It interviews some lovely, lovely, lovely special ladies who've got some great skills. So today I've got the pleasure of introducing you to someone that is a psychotherapist. She uses Gestalt therapy in her work with people that she works with. She's based here on the Sunshine Coast, just like me, and not far away from me, actually. She also uses something called the Body Talk system, which kind of it's a consciousness-based energy psychology approach. I don't know a lot about it. It's not something that I know a lot about, but I'm sure my guest is going to be able to enlighten us into these wonderful tools that she uses. So I'm going to bring my guest in. We have had a few gremlins again tonight. Not unusual with technology, I'm sure. But yes, so we are having a few problems, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get my guest in. So welcome to Josie Coco.
Hi there, Karen. Lovely to be here.
So I don't know, Josie, if you can see, you can't see me right in here in the dashboard, but I wonder if you can see yourself. You are on live because I can see you on my Facebook
Oh,
page.
well, no, I can't see anything. So let's just go with it. I can't see anything. I can't. If I get it on my Facebook, it comes up noisy. So
yeah, all right.
Let that go.
Well, you
so
can hear
just go ahead. If you can, yeah.
Sure. So that's awesome. At least we've got sound between us, which is great, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to conduct the show. So, yeah, Josie Coco. So first off, your name is gorgeous. Where does your name come from, Coco?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Coco is Italian. My family come from Italy, in particular, Sicily, in fact. So we have a long history there. Yeah, my parents are first generation Australians.
Awesome.
So I'm second. Yeah. So
that's a beautifully unusual name. I've never heard that surname ever before. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you are based on the Sunshine Coast in Mullaney, which is not far from where I am in Havana.
So yes, I live in Mullaney.
How long have you lived in on the Sunshine Coast?
I've lived up here in Mullaney for about 5 years. So I returned home from living in New Zealand for a long time. About 2012, I think it was. So awesome. I came back and chose this area because of its lovely vibe. And I'm very happy here, actually.
Oh, yeah. You can't not be happy here on the coast, can you?
Nice and close to the coast. Yeah. Nice and close to the coast, just up behind the hinterland. It's beautiful.
It's stunning. We get up there maybe once every, I don't know, not as often as we should because we love the beach. But, when we get up there, it's a beautiful tree change for a few hours. It's gorgeous. Beautiful cafes, shops, boutique-y kind of things going on, and lots of kind of indie sort of stuff, like alternative. Yeah. Really nice vibe, like you say. It's awesome.
Yeah, and it has a lovely community as well. The community spirit up here is just really lovely and very supportive, and yeah, it's a beautiful place to live.
Okay, so Christine, thanks for sharing. She's saying that she can't see you, Josie, and she can't hear you. It's cutting in and out though. Cannot hear you.
Ah,
okay. Let me just refresh and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
We're still on the broadcast. Are you still there, Christine?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Josie. Hi. Christine, if you're still there. Oh, okay, she still can't hear us for some reason. All right. Yeah. Well, we have more and more gremlins tonight, which is just a bit strange. Everything seems to be fine. We may just have to reschedule if people can't hear us.
Yeah. I'm just getting, I've just managed to get, log in this Facebook. I'm just managing to get the app down on my phone. So let's just see if that works.
Yep, Christine, can you hear us now?
She can.
She says, I can. Okay, it's working fine now, she says. Hey, hooray. Thanks, Christine. You are awesome. You really are. Oh, dear. This is, this is one of the great things about live work. Yeah.
You never know if it's going to work or not.
Yeah. So I think we'll just have to see how we go. And if anyone can come on and just tell us if they can't hear us, then we'll just reschedule. So why don't you tell us a little bit, Josie, about what you do in terms of your work with people and the tools that you use.
Okay, so what I said what my work is informed by Gestalt psychotherapy. I'm not a psychotherapy as such at this point in time. So I'm currently studying my master's program, and I just wanted to make that really clear. I'm learning some amazing things in the master's program, and I'm actually, of course, it informs my work, and looking forward to completing that and being a practitioner in a couple of years. Awesome. What I have a background in is in the health sciences. So I've been a nurse and midwife for 20 odd years and an entrepreneur for about 25. So what I've studied more recently, in more recent years, is the body talk system, which is an energy psychology system. So what that means is that I listen into my clients' inner wisdom to actually find out what their healing priorities are. And I'm a facilitator of their self-healing, if you like. So we call that consciousness-based energy work. It's not mainstream, but it actually is receiving a lot of attention around the world. There's a lot of research into this type of working with people through what I call energy and information. So we're working in their energy system and the information that it holds. So when I work with clients, I work in particular with business and professional women because I want to help them get over those places of being stuck and blocked, which limits them in their business and their ability to grow and develop their business.
Sure.
So that's where I use my skills. Yeah.
So when you say you listen in to people and you try and identify the energies that are going on and where the blockages are, tell us about that. How do you listen in? What kind of things do you do?
Well, basically, listening in is an intuitive process. We call it structured intuition in the body talk system. The researchers that I'm most impressed by is happening in Russia, and there they call it concentrated clairvoyance, if you like. So basically what it means is that we kind of just, we go into what you might think of as a meditative state, although we don't look meditative because we're quite used to raising our brainwaves to another level. Everybody can do this. It just gives us broader access to our intuition. And so what that means is that our senses become broader. So we can see more and we can hear more and we can feel more and touch and taste as well, right? So we have 5 senses.
Sure.
So for me, I can, I say I can see and hear what's going on in my client's inner wisdom. So the inner wisdom is really what we would say is in the subconscious mind. So I can hear the stories that are happening there, and the body reveals those stories. So our body holds all our stories, and it wants to guide us. I always say our body has a drive to thrive. It's trying to guide us intuitively in the right direction, the direction of healing. And if we're listening, we're going in that direction. If we're not listening, which most of us aren't, then someone like me can listen for you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. And we use muscle testing much like kinesiology does to just check in and make sure that we're understanding things correctly. So we'll ask the body, do we understand this? Is this correct? Blah, blah, blah. And the body will let us know through a muscle testing process whether we're on the right track or not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because that was my second question, was once you've identified, like, how do you then get them to do something with it? Like, you know.
So that's a good question.
Yeah.
So what we do is I love to talk about what's going on. So I'm informing the client the whole time because I think it's a two-way process. So I would never call myself a healer. I'm a facilitator of my clients' self-healing.
Sure.
So I'm listening into their story, and then we integrate that through the central nervous system. So we tap it simply through the 3 brains, which is the head, the heart, and the gut brain. We just do a gentle tapping process, which activates the energy to take that information right around the whole body. Yeah, it's very simple. Plus, I'm bringing it to the client's awareness at the same time, which helps them to just kind of be more aware and make the natural shifts. But once we've done that, then the body will take over and it will drive them down a different trajectory, if you like, another way of looking at life. And they'll find that things change.
Awesome.
It's very effective.
Awesome. So how many sessions would you tend to work with the women that come and see you? Does it depend on the kind of issue?
Yeah, it does. It's surprisingly quick. There's two things I notice with the women who, these things that we're revealing, they sit in our body somewhere as dense energy. You could think of it as a block, energy blocking the energy system. And for women who don't have physical symptoms yet, it can be really quite quick. It could be 1 or 2 sessions. But for people who have had it there for a long time and they're already experiencing physical symptoms from it, then that could take a little bit longer because the physical body has to change as well. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what kind of issues then do you get landed with? What kind of things do people present to you to get some help with?
So the sort of things that I'm working with women mostly is to get them unstuck and unblocked with things like self-doubt, which shows up as, procrastination or imposter syndrome or needing to be the expert. It shows up in lots of different ways. So procrastination is another one I've mentioned. Indecision, so people who are struggling to make decisions. People who don't have clarity, and maybe people who are self-sabotaging. So any of the mindset sort of things that people talk about in the business world are really emotional concerns that they're holding on to. So they're holding on to some sort of story which is informing the way they show up. And they show up with these kind of behaviors which are about, maybe not feeling that they're good enough or not feeling that they're smart enough, or maybe they have a fear of, various things, being successful, being a failure, whatever it might be. So those are the sorts of things that my clients show up with. And when we start listening into their inner wisdom, we discover a whole lot of other things as well. So there might be related beliefs and situations and physical changes that they're not yet aware of that are happening. Yeah, and that's all revealed with the story.
That's awesome. So do people come to you specifically because they want help with an issue, or they're specifically interested in the way that you work, the tools that you use? Or is it a bit of both?
I think it's a bit of both. I'm pretty clear with people that I don't work in a conventional way, because they really need to understand that if they're looking for conventional therapy, then I'm not the person to come to. Sure. So I like to be really clear that this is what I'm doing. Lots of people do understand energy work these days. They're much more aware of it. Mm-hmm. I think it's really both. The way I market it is pretty specifically to business and professional women. Of course, I still see guys as well, but in our online communities where I work, I specifically target women, so they know what I do, and they come to me for those reasons. Yeah.
So this is a physical therapy, isn't it? It's something you have to be face to face with, or is it something you can do online?
Yeah, you can do it online.
You can?
Yeah, I do it online quite a lot. I do like to have people in my clinic as well. It's always nice to have face-to-face, but it's very easy to do it online.
Oh, okay.
It's that spooky action at a distance that Albert Einstein spoke of. There is, no real explanation for it at this point in time, although there's lots and lots of research to try and explain it.
So you don't feel kind of with the intuition that there's something missing on 2 dimension, rather than having someone physically, because when somebody's really with you, you can feel the energy, can't you? You can smell them, you can sense them in ways which you can't sense them on computer through the internet. So do you
think so?
What do you ever do? I don't know. Do you find it's just the same, or do you kind of feel that there's something missing? Or
no, you really can sense them, because and this is a bit of a cliche to say we're all connected, but the truth is that the energy fields that we are members of does connect us all. And as soon as we make a connection with somebody online, that energy works faster than the speed of light. So we can connect with them quite readily. So my clients have physical shifts while I'm talking to them. I can feel what's happening for them in my body because of that connection. I can't explain it. I mean, it's just one of those things that you can't explain. But it's very much visceral. You really can experience it. I think the difference with having a client here is that it is nice to have that face-to-face, and that's just because as human beings we like to make those real connections.
Sure. Well, maybe in that sense then, if you're able to kind of, could it even be distracting when they're with you, because you have other things to think about?
No, I don't find it a distraction.
Okay.
No, I get pretty focused.
It's all good. All good. Like you say, you get yourself into a kind of that slight meditative trance kind of experience, don't you? So you manage to block it.
It sounds weird when you say that. It does sound kind of weird. It's not at all weird, because you wouldn't even notice that I was in it. Sure. It's just because we are trained into it and have been doing it for like 10 years. It's just, I just say to people, well, let me look at you through my body talk eyes and see what I can see. And then I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar. I completely understand, because as I'm a hypnotherapist, and when we do work with clients using hypnotherapy, we get into our own mini trance states, because that's when we do our best work. And that enables us to connect with rapport at a completely different level, a deeper level. And it's kind of the same, not the same style of way of doing it, but the way we kind of really concentrate and focus in on the things that we need to do to help our clients. There's some similarities for sure.
I think so. I've actually spoken to a couple of hypnotherapists recently, and I think we really very much do the same work.
Okay. Yeah. We call it sensory acuity, which is what you're kind of suggesting there. It's using all your senses to pick up on the most subtle kind of movements, emotions, and intuitions. So it's kind of, maybe we're using the same things, just different language for it. Yeah, absolutely. So where does your Gestalt work fit in? Because that is a psychotherapy, your Gestalt stuff.
Yeah, the Gestalt is really lovely. For me, it lines very well with my work. I'm a person who, as a practitioner, I don't want to be the fixer person for people. I want people to understand how to engage with a process that they can use ongoing, because releasing these sorts of things, emotional things that we've been holding on to for years, it's really a lifetime kind of journey. And so I want my clients to be able to have the skills to process their own emotional stuff and release stuff so that they can live a more fulfilling and joyful life. So the Gestalt psychotherapy enables me to enable clients to do that. I really like their interview process, their actual cycle of, intervention. And it really, to me, gives clients quite a lot of insight quite quickly into their inner story. So I use it at the moment in terms of just helping clients to bring that inner story to the surface before I do my energy work. But as I become more competent and also qualified, then it'll be an alternative for those clients that don't really want to go down the energy pathway. I can still work with them in a way that's empowering to them. I want them to have the skill set to be able to do it for themselves.
Sure. Yeah, that's awesome. So do the two knit together well, or do you find they're very different kind of approaches for people?
They're very different, but they both work in the energy fields, and I think that's really important. Because in Gestalt therapy, we are aware that a person is part of a field of information and energy and other influences. And I think that that's a big step in the right direction for psychotherapy, to really recognize the influences that affect a person and how those influences are affected by the person as well.
Sure.
And so that's quite a nice connection, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good as well for you to have different tools at your disposal to be able to switch from one to the other. If you've got a client's preference, or you just think it would work better, or that kind of stuff. Exactly.
Yeah. I do find some clients really want to talk and other people don't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that is awesome. That's great to know about some of the things that I didn't know about tonight. So I always that's the great thing about meeting people on here, because I get to know things, I get to learn things which I didn't know about. It informs my work as well. So that's awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some links upon the broadcast, so that people, if they didn't get in tonight to have a look at it, that they can watch that both on your timeline, my timeline, and I'll put it to the group as well, into Cherry Hive. And so if there's anyone who wants to find out more about what you do, look you up and chat, even connect or chat with you, they can do so at their leisure.
They certainly can. Yeah, they can do that.
And ask you some questions too. So well, thanks for joining us. I'm going to see how the video went. I can't, I can see it, but I know I can't hear it, because obviously I've got these on. So I'll take a good look. And if it didn't come out as good as we wanted it to tonight, then we'll obviously do it again and have another good old chat together.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll be great, and we'll see what happens. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. It's been awesome.
Thank you very much.
It's been great to meet you at last.
You too.
Have a good evening.
And I'm sorry about the old hiccups with the tech, but let's hope it works out.
Oh, do you know what? It's just one of them things.
It is.
See you later.
Thank you.